Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 37. And I am on my way to work a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. Got home just before 7 o'clock in the morning. And it was a very interesting night. Last night I took a friend of mine with me on my trip. I took him to an area that he's never played before, and we went in as partners, something I haven't done before. And I was excited about showing him some things he hasn't seen and making some money for both of us. And it just wasn't in the cards, so to speak. And almost everywhere we went and almost everything we did failed. We had bad variance everywhere. Machines weren't paying well. Blackjack wasn't going well. Crazy downswings. We ended up actually playing a lot longer than we expected and playing more casinos than what we expected, but it just wasn't there. Actually, early this morning, the last casino that we stopped at, we actually played a $500 must-hit by jackpot and made some money on that. But overall, it just wasn't our day, unfortunately. And I felt bad because I wanted to show him a good time and to help him make some money. So yeah, I feel kind of bad about that. But other than that, we're gonna move on today. We're gonna pick up the pieces and we're gonna start making money back. Yesterday, in the morning, I did make a few $100s doing some other things, and then about $100 this morning as well. Other than that, pretty much everything that I did throughout the day yesterday was reflected in the podcast. So not the greatest day, but it's time to get past it. It's time to make some money. So right now I'm heading off to work. 12 degrees outside. And sunny skies today. This area where I live had more snow last night, and the area that we went to hasn't had recent new snow in days. So it was interesting that we had a huge storm at home, and then the areas around home did not have any new snow at all. So right now I'm heading to the office, and I'll be back to update you around lunchtime. Okay, guys, just leaving the office, 11 o'clock, and we're heading out to the casino. We have a team meeting coming up this afternoon. I am just finishing up a meeting right now, technically, so nobody will be looking for me for a little while. I finished the meeting early and leaving the office. Roads look much better today in this area than they did yesterday. Yesterday was just so bad. You couldn't do, like the road that I'm on right now, I couldn't do more than 5 or 10 miles an hour without being worried something bad was going to happen. I was going to hit the wall or something. Today it's completely dry. The highway looks like it's totally clear, so it's going to make things a lot better for today. We're on the recovery trail, as we are very often, and today we're hoping to make a few $100s, get some lunch at the casino, and then head back to the office for our team meeting and figure things out from there. I definitely want to go back to the casino this afternoon or this evening as well and try to make a little bit more money. As we're fine-tuning the things that we're doing, I need to spend at least an hour tonight on some additional things that I'm working on to try to make more money, to cut out things that are lower EV for things that are easier and higher EV. So that's what we're doing. There's some things that will come out about yesterday's trip, but I won't talk about it for a few months. Some interesting things that happened and places that we went, but just for the sake of people knowing what area I'm in right now and stuff, I'm not going to talk about it until then, and then there's some interesting stories. So anyway, right now it is sunny outside. It is a nice, cozy 16 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and we're heading out to the casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. So it was an interesting trip. For one thing, I have to remember to get some wiper fluid. I used it all up yesterday in all those storms, and windows looking nasty. So I got to remember to do that when I fill up the gas tank, which will be later on today. I go into this casino, and I couldn't really tell if someone had been there or not. They weren't orderly about how they checked things, so I wasn't really sure. And I saw Mr. Yellow Jacket in there, and I saw him like 5 or 6 times in there. Looks like a nice guy. Didn't really talk to me. He knew what I was doing. I knew what he was doing. Took a lap around, and I was ahead like very little, like $30. Came back around and checked a set of machines, and I found a play on the first one. I played it through, and I believe I made a little bit of money. And then there was a play on the one next to it. Now, I had seen the play on the one next to it already, but I wanted to just check both of them so I knew what I was doing. So as I sit to play the one on the right, the one in the middle has a play, and a lady sits there. I'm like, oh man. As she sits down, as soon as I'm finishing the play on the machine on the right. So now I'm sitting there waiting for her. She's playing like minimum amount, and then she's watching the graphics and taking her time, and I'm like, oh Lord, come on, and just waiting for her. And then finally, out of nowhere, she just gets up and walks away. I switch over to that machine. There's a play at $3 a spin. I play that one through, and I think I made $20 or $30. And then there was a play at $10 a spin, and I played that, and that one took me down. I was down like almost 400 before that one hit. I ended up hitting that one, and now I was ahead like $100 or so, $90. I think it was like $98 overall. And then walked around, and there was another carousel of machines. I was able to check 3 of the 4 machines and found several plays on it, and made a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, and ended my session ahead. Hey, ahead, that's been a minute. $178. So plus $178, and feeling good so far. I was able to get a nice triple cheeseburger, no bun, no fries, and the lady was so nice. She gave me about half an onion on that thing, about 50 pickles, because she knew I wasn't eating it with a bun, but she put all the toppings on top. Now, if you know anything about burgers, when they come off the grill, which is grilling them by heating them, they're very hot. And if you have a thin piece of lettuce on the bottom, you're going to burn your fingers. So I took the piece of tomato, put that on the top, on the bottom, and then the other toppings on top, and I was able to actually hold it without burning my hand, and ate that, and that was delicious. And I watched a couple YouTube videos while I was doing that. And then on my way out, I took one more look around, found a small voucher in a machine, and that Mr. Yellow Jacket was still there on a machine, and he'd been there for a while, like 10 minutes on a machine that's usually like a 1-minute play. And I looked, and that thing was taking him to the moon. It was taking him all the way up. It was going to take forever to hit. He was close to the limit that it could take from him, basically, before it paid out. So he was definitely losing a lot of money on that machine. And then I'm leaving. I cash out. I'm leaving. And I'm talking to the security guard at the door. And she was telling me how to tell if a slot machine was going to hit. And I'm like, huh? So I was very interested in hearing, because I want to be able to beat slot machines. So if she could teach me how, I was very excited. and leaning in so I wouldn't miss anything. And she told me, like, if you see, like, she showed me this new machine, and it has 2 treasure chests. And when the treasure chest is full of money, then it's going to pay you out. The only problem is she didn't read the rules that say that that's for entertainment purposes only, and that the pictures don't mean anything, and that's how you lose your butt. And then she said, and then on the old machines, you can see the previous payouts, which is true. There are a few old machines. I can't remember the name of them. One of them is like a captain, and another one's like a goddess or something like that. And on those old machines, you could look at previous stats, and it shows you the multiple that it paid out. So like if you have $1 bet and it says 50x, that means it paid $50. And it would have a chart, and you would look, and it showed like the last 200 payouts, and it would be like 2x, 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 3x, 2x, 2x, 100x, 2x, 2x, 2x. So obviously they're not paying out huge money on these things, and it makes you feel like, hey, the last time there was a spike was like 180 spins ago or 180 payouts ago, so I'm going to make some money and make you want to sit down. So I thanked her for that information, and as I was getting ready to leave, she explained to me how to win on a certain machine, which is like, it's I don't want to tell you the name of it because it's invalid, and it's not a beatable machine anyway, but she's like, when the jackpot gets really high, like to this specific number, it's going to hit. I'm like, really? Thank you for that information. Totally wrong, but you know, she's nice, and she thought she was looking out for me, and I appreciate that. As I was leaving, another guy that I know was walking in with his girlfriend, and said hi to him, and joked around for a minute, and I was on my way. So right now I am heading out of the area back toward work, and there must be some kind of big accident because luckily it's the exit that I'm not taking, but it's backed up about a mile. So, and it looks like actually it's backed up in both directions, so there must be something big going on. I see tow trucks now. Yep. Something big is going on. So right now we're heading back to the office. Gonna get ahead of some meetings here, get my work done for the day, then have our team meeting, and then should be done for the day. After the team meeting, we'll see if we can sneak out and go from there. So for now, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. Just finished up the team meeting. Boy, those things are so boring. And there is an hour-long meeting before we are in that room, and there's an hour-long meeting after we're in that room. And I can just imagine how hot it is after we leave, because it's already so warm in that room from the people before us. It's insane. It's hard to keep your eyes open sometimes. So all that excitement I have, you would think that I would be able to stay awake, but no, it's really hard to stay awake in that meeting. Anyway, we got all that stuff done. We're heading back to the casino to see what we can do about making a little bit more cheese, and I'll be back to update you. Right now, temperature's still darn cold, 19 degrees outside, and sunny. It looks nice, but it's pretty cold. So gonna head over there, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, leaving the casino, heading toward home, and it didn't go that great. I was in there for about 45 minutes looking for something, and just wasn't finding anything worthwhile. I played a few small plays. I was ahead slightly at one point, but overall just was not good. Saw a lot of people in there checking machines. So, you know, a little disheartening. Made a loss of $95 in there. And right now, I am going to head home, and I'm going to relax. I'm going to work on some projects no TV tonight, no sleep for me tonight, not for a while anyway. And I'm going to work on my charts and get some things nailed down and tighten up and just figure out how to make more money overall. So that's what's happening right now. I feel kind of tired, but not that tired. But I have a lot to do, so I need to go take care of a couple things, visit a couple people on the way home, and then get home and start working hard. And then tomorrow will be another day, and hopefully the stuff I'm going to work on tonight will help produce daily EV, and it'll help us out here, help boost where we are. So that's what's happening right now. I know I probably sound like I'm either tired or depressed or something, but everything is cool. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.